Hello everyone, I am Tremayne, and this is going to be your spoilers for Days of Our Lives. But first, if you haven't done so, please take a minute to subscribe. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. I'd really appreciate it. And this week, my partner in crime, Cable, is not here, so I will be hitting you off with your spoilers. And without the extra banter, I'm just going to give it to you straight. And let's get into it, because there's a lot going on Days of Our Lives. Monday, November 5th, Susan has a premonition about EJ. Tuesday, November 6th, Sarah unleashes her fury on Rex. Wednesday, November 7th, Stefan receives stunning news about his family. Day spoilers for Thursday, November 8th. Susan threatens Sammy with a scalpel. John and Marlena finally get married. Day spoilers for Friday, November 9th. Ben makes an admission to Sierra. Now I'm going to get into more details on what this means, because I go to more than one site to learn some spoilers. So I'm going to go to the next site that goes a little bit more in depth into the spoilers. So Monday, November 5th, Sammy Brady learns the truth about EJ Demira. She's going to learn that EJ is alive. The man has been burnt. That's EJ. And what it's going to come down to is, unfortunately, this means Sammy's leaving town, and Susan is going to join her. They're both going to take care of EJ in California. So unfortunately, we lose both Allison and Stacy for now. They'll both be back eventually. I'll give you their actual dates for leaving after we get through these spoilers. So Monday, Sammy Brady finds out once and for all that the man in the bed is EJ Demira. Tuesday, November 6th, Sarah and Rex fight. Sword and Hunter unleashes all her fury against fiance Rex when Sarah learns that Mimi Lockhart is and Rex are the parents of the baby. Chloe lets them know the truth when she reveals the paternity test. On Wednesday, Stefan visits EJ. Wednesday, Days of Our Lives find Paul and Rita discharged from the hospital in a wheelchair after falling through a window with Kristen. Paul has been struggling to regain his strength in his legs. Christopher Sean is set to leave Days of Our Lives as Paul, and which means Will and Sonny will finally reconnect, which won't last for long because Leo's coming back and making their life a living hell. But Paul is going to leave, and he's going to go to San Francisco to go to rehab with his mother when he finds out about Paul and, Will and Sonny. Thursday, November 8th, Chad abducts Abigail with Ben's help, by the way. And some of this I'm not getting from the site. I already know what the spoilers are, so I'm kind of speeding up the process by just letting you know what some of these spoilers mean. Chad, of all people, is going to enlist Ben to help him kidnap Abigail. Ben is going to hold Stefan hostage while Chad steals Abigail and leaves town. Leaves town to the cabin where, if you saw the preview, he ends up going to delivering her baby and all that stuff. November 8th on Days also marks Sammy, Susan, and EJ's last day on the show. The three end up leaving together to help EJ heal elsewhere. However, before they leave, Susan threatens Sammy Brady with a scalpel. Thursday also marks the day John Black and Marlena Evans finally marry each other again. With Hattie Adams gone, Marlena out the hospital, they are free to finally be together. Friday, November 9th, Abigail goes into labor. After Chad kidnaps her and takes her somewhere else, possibly the Horton cabin, as seen in the fall preview, Abigail goes into labor. Chad will help deliver the baby, and they reconnect. In Salem, Stefan finds Gabby with incriminating evidence, and she will actually tell him the truth of her scheming and what's been going on. Friday on Days of Our Lives also shows Ben Weston admitting something to Sierra, and other spoilers have already revealed that he's going to tell Sierra he's in love with her. So, and things that weren't mentioned in this particular spoiler is the Dragnet continues to come in on trip with him, with Hope learning that he's actually the one that framed Ben, even though she thinks Ben framed himself. Now, this is a site that does not give the spoilers in order of what day it'll happen, but I'm going to read the site spoilers too, just because they usually give you really good tidbits of information that the others don't give. Chloe has crashed Rex and Sarah's engagement event. Sarah breaks up with her fiance. Belle is happy to see the real Marlena and makes amends with John. Sammy was right about the man being EJ. She shares her big news with Belle. EJ is alive, but she fears for his safety. Sean senses Belle has a secret. Paul is released. He and Will wonder about Susan. Kate feels the wrath of Abigail. Stefan gets an unexpected demure development. He demands to see his undead brother. John and Marlena have a small wedding ceremony. Claire knows Tripp's secret. Sarah helps Eric with Holly. Mimi has her back. Mimi has her baby back. Bonnie begs Hattie for a huge favor. Bonnie gets lost and Hattie is hauled to the slammer. Susan deduces EJ ain't dead. Hell have no fury like Gabby outfoxed. When Gabby discovers that Abigail married Stefan and didn't get locked away in the mental institution, she's going to actually go a little crazier. And that's how Stefan eventually catches her. Susan puts the squeeze on the secret of Sammy, which is why she ends up pulling a scalpel out on her, because Sammy hasn't told Susan that EJ is alive. Hell have no fur like Gabby Fox. Susan puts the squeeze on Sammy. Sammy, EJ, and Susan exit Salem together. Chad comes up with a crazy plan. Convinced Stefan will conjure up an alter Gabby. He kidnaps Abigail. Gabby is busted by Stefan. Ben and Sierra, ooh, who wrote that? Meanwhile, the net closes in on Tripp. So basically, the reveal that the man in the bed is EJ. Marcy Miller exit as Abigail Devereaux. Her last air date is November 19th. Kate Manzi will come back the week of November 26th to take back the role until I think her and Chad will lead together in February because they both quit the show. But they're wrapping up their storyline in February. It may take them until February to figure out the baby's is. We'll see. Billy Flynn and them, they leave together. So here we go with Brian Dattilo. Last Days of Our Lives air date revealed. Brian will be leaving Days of Our Lives on November 15th. So we will be seeing the last of Lucas. I don't know where it's at, but according to one of the other spoilers, he will be back in April of 2019. It doesn't say if it's a long term or if it's just he's visiting for some reason, but we won't see Lucas again until April of 2019. Allison Sweeney and Stacey Haydock exit Days this week on November 8th. So that's it for Days of Our Lives. Unfortunately, a lot of fan favorites are leaving in November. Excuse me. But it's still a great show. We still have a lot of stories that we love, characters that we love, and stay tuned. Thanks for watching. If you haven't done so, please subscribe.